I took so many shots of this coffee getting less. Here's 5 tips that can help any remote team become a lot more efficient. You can apply it with no money right now. Check them out. My coffee is already but okay, number one. Check. What's that? It's all about emotional review. Think about it like this. You start a meeting and dedicate it some time at the beginning of the meeting, like 10, 15 minutes. I know there is time constraints. Everybody's going to grab on me. Yeah, but we don't have time. But listen, go through these 5 tips and you're going to see how you're going to save time and how to use the time properly. But okay, so what is the temperature check? In the temperature check, when you start a meeting, you're asking people how they feel. Do they have the capacity today? Do they feel okay? Is there other things that they're blocking them? So you are trying to have like a conversation about their daily lives. You're trying to connect. The reason that you're doing that, there is a lot of theories that they connect emotional well-being with employee performance and other things. But most importantly is first, you're connecting with people you don't have daily contact with them. You don't have the ability to have this water cooler conversations, right? Number is you're showcasing emotional intelligence. Everybody's talking about that. It's like a trend thing kind of situation. But how do you do it actually? Like this. You spend some time, ask people how they are. You adapt a bit to meeting your requirements, your way of speech, how you behave based on what is happening. Plus, you're getting an understanding of how pressure is affecting people. So, other than that, it's important because eventually it creates bonds, safety, and trust, which is like a theme that you're going to see coming up. Let's see what's next. I really forgot that. It's funny. I really suggested this thing about the temperature check, and I'm doing it with my friends Elias Rosano. He has a pixel art kind of channel. I can link it below. I will tag him also. At the beginning, he was very skeptical about it. He was like, okay, why are we wasting time? I don't have time. I need to do things because he's kind of high performance person. But eventually he saw the value of that because every time we're taking like, how is the capability of his mind in general? How do we focus? And this gives the drumbeat, let's say, for the rest of the meeting, for the rest of what we can do without burning anybody out, without needing to pretend, without needing to have a mask. But I don't know, like, I know that he was very skeptical at the beginning and eventually he liked it. Tip number 2, visual anchors. Okay, you start your meeting, you're asking the people how they are, and then what do? You need to set up the scene. Imagine you're going to a movie and instead like of giving you this nice introduction that they gave you in a movie, they just throw you into the action. No introduction, nothing. Just it. Just this is the action, bye. This is what happened. People need to warm up, people need to anchor. There is a lot of psychological behavioral reasons behind that. For example, visual aids, we know from user experience, we know from psychology, we know from a lot of places that they assist people to learn better. We know that the combination of visual plus verbal assist learning, and there is a lot of other theories that connect to that. I can understand that a lot of times people want to make these amazing presentations, animations, things going and happening, but needs to be shared between few people, and you're in a meeting with people that you know. Create an anchor, create something that gives them an introduction to your subject, and base the rest on you. You don't need to have 15 pages presentations. You just need to have like an introduction, a somewhere for people to go there when they need to think about the subject that you're talking, so they can anchor back when their mind is drifting, their attention is drifting, and so forth. Think about it. Again, share your screen. Ask them to go to a specific page that you're scrolling together. There is some amazing programs out there for online collaboration that you can check, see what each other person is viewing, and so forth. Having something as a central place to view, even with a Word document, with a boring Excel sheet, with anything, it will improve your digital meeting much better. And again, the trick here is to not overdo it. Small things. I really need a coffee. I've been sipping that all the time. Either way, number three. Clear responsibilities at the end of the meeting and before the meeting. Not actions. Go away from the idea of actions. Like, focus on clear responsibilities. That requires you to have set it up beforehand. When you're working with people, don't ask them to have a specific task or workflow that they need. Of course, there are some positions that this is required, but in general, with teams that you collaborate and people that you collaborate, at the end of the meeting, give responsibilities. Reframe the tasks as responsibilities. This increases the way that people are taking in tasks, the way that performance is happening afterwards. There is a lot of theory out there. If you want, I can link theories of that in the comments. If people like that, leave a comment, then I will link theories. I will make a comment with all the theories and everything that I use to base my suggestions. But yeah, go away from actions. Actions make people think like, I have to do A, then I have to do B, then I have to do C. While responsibilities make people think, I have to go from A to Z. What is the best and fastest way? And of course, this depends on the people that you hire, on the people that you have in front of you, and how you enforce it inside the team. There is many other suggestions that they say, like encourage the wins of the team, encourage like support people, celebrate, and stuff like that. Of course, you do that. But when a person has a responsibility, they achieve their responsibility, the rest see that this is happening, they will always give credits. So test it out. Rephrase the tasks, the actions to responsibilities. Allow a certain amount of freedom for the individual to apply their own perspective in the best interest of the outcome. Okay, I went too far with this one, but you get the point. Okay, this is my note. Number 3. This one is something most likely you're already doing, but the only thing that I will suggest is, oh, hello Nera, hello baby. Okay, so the only thing that I will suggest differently in this one is the format. So it's a very simple trick. Create a channel. Okay. Now, after in that channel, name it daily stand-ups. A lot of people are doing it actually. It's a well-known trick, but I constantly suggest it if I see people are not. So create a channel. In that channel, allow people every day, instead of having a daily stand-up, and in the stand-up for them to explain every single detail of what they're doing. In that channel, every day, every person is writing what they're going to do today, what they're going to focus on. Do they need somebody's attention? They can tag. You can use Slack, Discord, whatever methods you're using. It's a very simple way of keeping track what everybody's doing, plus you're having a clear flow of the process. Use your meeting time for temperature checks. Use the meeting time for more general information or information that you really want everybody in the team to know. Otherwise, If you're working remotely, you don't have daily contact with people, try to connect a bit more with them. And yes, this connection can be also towards work. Like, I'm so frustrated with this part, like I can't get it out. I've been stuck on this for days, but I will handle it. Or even I'm very enthusiastic about that and I'm waiting to see what will happen. Either way, this kind of approach creates the connections between people. Think about it. It's just a simple trick. Instead of spending the time in the meetings to explain what you're going to do, just write it down. Every day, it's 10 minutes max. Use the meeting to connect. See how people are so everybody in the team knows. They can get support if they need it. They can share the good energy if they have it. Think it. I'm without coffee, so you can see me. I'm melting already. Either way. Number 5. Two pizza rule. I think it was Amazon, Bezos, who said it. Other people, maybe correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't remember. But the idea is good in general. So if you have more people in a call or in a meeting than 2 pizzas or even 1 pizza, actually, like, to be honest, like, if you have more than 5 people in a meeting, you will not be able to have an extremely productive meeting unless you turn it into a workshop. Then what are you doing when you need to have those meetings? As I said, either you're using it as a time for connection, so there is a chance you have multiple people, 20, 10 people in a team that you need to share your temperature check and so forth. You have your channel for your responsibilities clear, visible, transparent to everybody. And now we're going to the point that, do you really need a meeting? No, I'm asking you, it's true. Do you really need a meeting? Because if you're going to dump a bunch of information on me, even as a consultant, you're just wasting money. Just make a video about it. If you want to just make a presentation, there's like a lot of tools that you can make it very easy. Record a presentation, you speak, put it somewhere online that is reachable, private, whatever. Give it to me as a homework. Not only me, but also to your teams. I have seen these huge amounts of meetings that people have to be there so they can interact for 1 second in a 2-hour long meeting where most of the times there's somebody talking, yamming about something. You're completely disconnected in half of the call. I don't say that it's me, but it's happening. I have heard it constantly. Everybody that I'm talking online with, teams that I'm talking, everybody's having difficulty with this type of long meetings. Make them as a presentation. Allow people to have them on demand. First of all, they can watch it when they can, or they can watch it in intervals as they can. It's a different game. Then number 2, if you really need input of people, create a workshop. Make a really interactive workshop and make it to the point. Have a purpose, have a clear agenda beforehand, have clear tasks inside, have specific output that you're expecting. This is how you're creating a workshop. It's not that difficult. There is like huge amount of resources. So think about it. Instead of having these long meetings, break them down. If you need input from people, make it a workshop, make it a poll, make it a survey. If you really, really, really need people to listen, then create a video presentation, make it mandatory that this information are known. So expect them to know the information that you share and create a check to see if that is applicable. So don't waste time in meetings for no reason. There's no point. Do you really need it? Do you? Last one, I promise, because I really need to have that last cup of coffee. Plus, here in the Netherlands, the light is going on very fast. Either way, last one, bonus. So, here. This is a very interesting one because it needs balance. So, reduce formality. The less formal you are with your writing, with how you expect teams to react with each other, the more spontaneity you allow and more authentic interactions between people. Of course, I'm not saying go to a client and be completely a jerk. That's why I say, like, there is balance, always balance. So just think about it. Formality creates a barrier for how you communicate. Even in the morning, like sometimes I have told my team, like, look, I'm very sorry, but this is happening in the morning. When I wake up, I have a clear head and a lot of tasks and things are coming into my head and I'm taking everything. Sometimes I forget to say, hi, how are you today? I know though that I'm going to have my temperature checked later. I know that I'm going to check all these things later on. So I'm having a bit more informal communication with them. Also with clients, sometimes I ask them to be more free, to express themselves, express the problems, so we can dive into better into details of what is happening. Formality creates a barrier. Yes, it's needed as a balance, but think about it. Try to reduce the formality in the team. This is the bond.